Hi, don't panic. You have been selected to become a superhero. Isn't that exciting? Well, it's not that exciting for me because I do this all the time, but you are very special. You have been randomly selected, but it's because you're special. At least I believe that. So, let's begin the process. Or do you need a minute to let that settle? Yeah, sometimes it takes a second to really get used to the idea. Well, let's talk through it. How are you feeling? Are you excited? Okay, good. Well, why don't you sit down, get comfortable. I'm gonna just grab all of my supplies, got some samples and stuff, so just sit down, get comfortable. I'll be right back. Alright, so first and foremost, you get to pick a superpower. So let me just look up how many you get. Okay, so according to my chart, you get 1 major superpower and 2 minor superpowers. So for major superpowers, that's going to include things like flight, super strength, super speed, teleportation, what else? Like all of the major ones. Polyglot, so speaking all languages in the world is a major superpower. Yeah, is there anything specific that you had in mind that would be like your number 1 superpower? There's also, it doesn't have to be something that's super well known. There's some more obscure superpowers, like sticky hands and feet, so you can walk on walls, the ability to personally change your own relation to gravity, so you can float, you can sink, whatever. You can actually make yourself so dense that you sink right to the core of the earth. I don't recommend that one. I do want to let you know I'm to advise and not to instruct, so I'm not allowed to tell you absolutely not unless it's a danger to others. But you can be a danger to yourself if you want. I advise you not to, though. So what'll it be? Excellent. Okay. Let me just write the headline. Here. Major power. And write that down. And you get to pick 2 minor powers. So we'll just write that. Okay. Alright, so this one's a little trickier. Minor powers are sometimes reduced or modified versions of major powers. So, for example, you can't speak every language with a minor superpower, but you can speak 10 languages. You can have super intelligence in 1 subject of your choosing. You could have super speed for 10 seconds at a time. Usually it's best if you kind of brainstorm and run things through with me, and then I can tell you whether or not that fits the criteria. Let me just give you a couple other examples. So, never ever losing socks. Or you could go a little bit further and say you never lose pairs of things. So if you have one, you will have both. You can have super hearing, but usually it's a minor superpower just because it actually gets really intense for some people. I wouldn't personally recommend that one, but again, it's up to you. Something like you could just pick a sport to be really, really, really good at, and you'd end up being like, you could be the best in the world at that sport. That type of thing. Usually people will base minor powers off of their hobbies, interests, that kind of a thing, or if you're really interested in helping people, then you could do that too. Any ideas? Okay, that's a good one. And you get 1 more. That one might be, we can try and workshop that one. It might be a little bit too big to be a minor power. I don't know if that'll get approved. That's a suggestion. Okay, yes, that would totally work. Excellent. All right. And then you get the choice between a magical object or a creature companion. Which will it be? Let me just write this. Okay. So I'm just gonna circle one. So, magical object or creature companion. I will not be going through specifics of that with you here. This is just, a bit of a more basic first meeting. You'll have other meetings with specialists for these type of things. So magical objects, some examples: sneakers that can help you fly, super speed sneakers. I've had some people do like pencils where everything you write is true, or everything you write is like exactly what you mean, very compelling, very concise. Other magical objects, a lot of protective things, protective charms, invisibility, cloak, shield, a sigil you wear for protection, that kind of thing. Creatures can be real or mythical. Mythical creatures cannot be seen by people that are not superheroes though, so bear that in mind. So you could have a dog companion who speaks. You could have a cat who can climb ceilings, or become really small and squeeze into tight places for you. You could have a dragon. You could have a dolphin if you wanted. Mermaid is too human-like. They didn't really sign the agreement contract to be available for creature companionship. But you could, there's some octopuses, you could go for that. And usually a sea creature, when you're accompanied by them, you can breathe underwater. So, what'll it be? Okay. Excellent choice. Oh, my pen is running out. I actually know someone whose magical object is a pen that never runs out. Or maybe their minor power is to never have pens run out. I'm actually not sure. Alright, so now I want you to decide whether you will be having a secret identity or not. Again, I am not allowed to instruct, only advise. I highly advise you have a secret identity and not disclose your identity to anyone other than your inner circle. Just trust me on that one. But again, up to you. Okay. Okay. And that can totally be your legal name. So, what is your superhero name going to be then? That one is it's usually not best for me to suggest things. It's best for you to kind of come up with that yourself because it's so personal. People will incorporate things like colors, something like include their major superpower in it. Had a guy who included his birth year in his superhero name. That was interesting. But yeah, what were you thinking? It's a tough one. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. I love that. I've totally switched over to this marker now because of my stupid pen, but that's okay. Alright, so let's talk costume for a second. I have not a whole lot of stuff with me on hand right now, but I have a couple samples of just a couple things. I actually I just got this in today. Let me show you. Well, I might only have one. Well, looks like I just have one, but if you were to order these, you would be getting two. So here are some gloves, if you're interested in gloves. Very nice material. Kind of satiny, kind of silky. These ones are a bit long. Actually, that might hinder your range of motion, but if you go for like a mid-length, hitting in the middle of the arm, gloves can be great. Are you interested at all in a wig of any kind? This is just my example that I have on hand, but this is a really nice one. Okay, that's fine. Right, so I don't have that many fabric samples right now, but let's look at what I've got. So you've got a range of options. We got a couple new styles in recently. So this kind of graphic fabric, it's got like street signs, little pictures, that kind of thing. There's a lot of iterations on this that you can order. I'll hand you a catalog on your way out. And then I got this sample. This is just an example of a top that you could wear. So elastic but skin tight, breathable. You get your full range of motion with this guy. And sweat wicking, moisture wicking, so you don't have to worry about sweat stains when you're saving the world or saving the animals, whatever it is you're saving out there. Alright, and then let's just look at some more samples. So I have this pink. I wouldn't recommend this texture because you do get sweat stains with this, but again, that's up to you. Same texture, but different kind of idea for coloring. I like this. This brings out your eyes. Yeah. So you could get this color pattern in a different fabric. This one here is cotton, paisley. This has some acrylic paint on it, but yours would have no paint stain. I think I might have been trying to add to the design on that. Sometimes I prototype new styles and designs for the fabrics. Yeah, it's kind of my little side hobby. You could go for a graphic pattern like this, pirate. You could do something more themed to your name if you like. And this is my last sample. Yeah, this one's very nice, soft, shiny, silky. Okay, let's talk jewelry. So, got some different options for glasses if you want to incorporate that. And any accessories will appear on you when you change into your superhero costume, but you can remove them and put them in a fanny pack, a bag, anything. No matter where you put them, no matter where you leave them, if they get knocked off, lose them, anything, the next time you transform back into your superhero self, they will appear back on your person. So here's a glasses option for you. This is a bulletproof plexiglass material, shiny blue and clear. So kind of goes with a lot of different styles. We've got some classic sunglasses. Same material. And you could try something funky as well. stylish, fresh. These are also bulletproof, but just because it doesn't have a frame, it's a little bit harder, or it's a little bit less reinforced, but they'll still protect you almost as well as the reinforced glasses. Alright, so there's quite a few options for other jewelry. We've got earrings, lantern one. We have these, very pretty. I could do, got some mushroom. Could do dinosaur. A lot of these I just have one of them because it's just a sample, but you would be receiving two. If you're looking for something a little gothic and spooky, you could do some bats with the little stars. I love those. We've got, these ones are very, very dynamic, very fun. They make you look faster. A few nautical theme, some anchor earrings. Here's a nice kind of nighttime, starry moon, kind of mystical one. We have cat in the hat, if you're interested. Crane, graceful, great for flying powers. What we got? We have a ton of options. Butterfly. I like these ones, are cute. I like these all, honestly. I would have a really hard time deciding, but at least I get to keep all the samples. Oh, here's another cute one. Oh, octopus. Very cute. Whimsical, some stars, some pink charms. Alright, well, I'll let you look at the catalog when you get out of here and decide. We just have lots of bracelets, quite a few different necklaces, especially if you wanted any crystals. We have lots of crystal options if you want to try something like that out. Let's see. This is a little more ocean themed. Save the ocean. Oh, there's a little spooky one in here too. Cauldron. And it's got a charm. And let's see. We have some rings. If you're gonna go with a ring, I would go for more of like a brass knuckle. Something that would help with hand-to-hand combat. Rings tend to get in the way, but we do have lots of ring options if you're interested. If you need a little encouragement, you got this pin. These are some of my favorites. Timeless classic. Ankle. Oops. Oh no. Ankle jewelry as well, yeah. And miscellaneous, you know, some clips, kind of thing. Yeah, so I would recommend, if you like long hair, having some hair ties. You know, speaking of, are you interested in this at all? I've really been trying to get someone to wear it. I think it's so cool. It's new, and I really want someone to wear this. You can think about it. Alright, well, looks like that is everything I need from you today. Let me just make note of a couple things. Alright. Clip. So I'm done with this notebook. And then let me grab, oh, I have a stack of catalogs. Okay. Alright. So here is your catalog. I'm going to give you this to take with you. I'm going to go ahead and mark some of the things you were interested in. Circle some things. Okay. All right. So let me write. Okay, so I've just written down my information, and then I just wrote down your superhero name. I will put that in the system, and that's how you'll sign in, how you'll check and do appointments, and you will receive contact via Supermail for your next appointment to go over some more details, like details on creature slash object, that kind of a thing, and I would just say you can either mail this in or just fill the catalog out, bring it to your next session, your next appointment. All right, so there's that for you. And then I think that you are all ready to go. Congratulations. I'm very excited for you. Can't wait to see what you get out there and do. I know you'll do great out there. Can't wait to see what you do. So yeah, get out there and be super. Bye-bye.